Hey guys, welcome back to MuscleMentor.net. I'm Brad Hall. This is Justin Harris, and we're going to talk a little bit about holding condition like the day of a show. So, say either between prejudging and finals, or if you have over a 2 day show, or just if all of a sudden something gets moved back further than you thought, and you've already started your the peaking process, you're ready to go. How to hold that condition.
And it's actually, I mean, people panic about 2 day shows, but if you're doing things right, holding your condition is probably easier than nailing the condition the first time. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything drastic. You're just trying to maintain what you've already done. And so, really, at that point, if you've dehydrated yourself going into the first show, you've tapered water or some sort. You just need to maintain that. You don't need to water load again and then try to dehydrate again. You kind of can get a good estimate of. You don't even need to be exact. If you're using blood sugar levels, the blood sugar levels will start telling you when you're getting too dehydrated again. But I see people do crazy things like immediately get off stage, pound a gallon of water, then no more water until they're back on stage the next night, or all these crazy fluctuations. No, let's go back to baseline. We've stored glycogen. We've refilled glycogen by carving up. We burnt some of it off while posing, which means we can bring some more back in. But once that glycogen's stored, when we're not training, we're not dieting anymore, it's going to stay there. There's nothing to pull it out of the muscles. So let's just just go back to eating normal meals with a set amount of carbohydrates. Nothing too high, nothing too low. Let's bring some protein back in just to keep the calorie count, isocaloric, basically maintaining. Let's keep some water in, 8, 12 ounces a meal to maintain what you're urinating. And you can even track urination. You're probably going to urinate somewhere around roughly 50%, maybe 60% of what you take in. The rest of it's lost through perspiration and breathing and things like that. But so you can weigh out. I mean, a gallon of water is like 8 pounds of water, or a gallon of urine is like 8 pounds. I think 16 ounces or 8 ounces is a pound roughly. I can't remember.
I think
You
it's
can do. I mean, Google it. It's not hard. And then just track how much. If you're urinating 4 pounds and you've ingested 8 pounds of water, if you've had a gallon of water and you've urinated four, then you just maintain your same level of hydration, and you can track your blood sugar. Also, some things that I want to talk about that you need to be careful of is doing the crazy things. I know some people will try to keep calories really high, and they'll think again, the cheat the system type thing that never works is people think, well, I've already loaded carbohydrates. I want to keep calories high. Let's just do sky high protein and fat. And the problem with that is there's some studies and a client of mine, Stephen Mott, is a type 1 diabetic who stays on track of all these types of things with insulin sensitivity. Found some studies that show high levels of fat intake in the short term can cause really rapid decreases in insulin sensitivity acutely in the short term. Not long. You're not going to become a diabetic from eating a bunch of fat in a short period of time, but you are going to cause issues where you're no longer when you reduce your insulin sensitivity and you're no longer taking carbs up to the muscle properly. Those carbs will sit in the bloodstream. The body starts to panic, and it won't have enough sodium to take the carbohydrates up, the blood sugar up, and so it'll start trying to pull water out of the bloodstream under the skin to keep it from getting all just too gluey inside. And so just to maintain your conditioning, just don't do anything crazy. Peak for the first show. The prejudging is what's judged. And then just find. You should know, if you don't know what your basal metabolic rate is by the end of a contest diet, you've done some. I mean, I don't know how you got there, but at that point, down to the calorie what you can eat and lose weight, or what you can't eat. And so I know for me it would be about 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbohydrates, and maybe 7 to 10 grams of fat every 3 hours will keep me right where I'm at. I know if I do that, I'm replacing glycogen at the rate my body's burning through it. I'm replacing protein and fat at the rate my body's burning through it. And then I just maintain water. I set an estimate for me, maybe 10 or 12 ounces a meal, and I track my urine output and make sure that I'm using roughly a 50% rule. If I'm peeing out about 50%. If I start peeing out more than 50% of the weight of what I'm drinking, then I need to increase my fluid intake. And the blood sugar levels will also show that. If I'm starting to get dehydrated, the blood sugar levels will start to climb.
Yeah, awesome.